All right, so today we're going to talk about chipping and how we can become better chippers around the green. What do we have to do to accomplish that? Well, we have to create bounce and we have to add rotation into our chipping. A lot of amateurs don't do that. What do? They release the club and they dig, okay? Total opposite. How do we achieve bounce? Well, first things first is light grip pressure, okay? A lot of people choke the club out, and that allows you to dig into the ground rather than bouncing off of the ground. So first things first, light grip pressure. How do we evaluate that? We evaluate it because we can feel the weight of the club head. We can feel the weight of the club head just dropping, okay? We're not placing it. We can feel it just dropping. And that's gonna help us create bounce. So light grip pressure and feeling like, the analogy that I use is like a satellite falling from the sky, just free falling down, okay? Free falling down to earth. You wanna feel like it's just dropping down to the ball. We're not placing it there, we're dropping it underneath the ball. Okay, so once we set the club, so we get a little wrist hinge, we set the club, our feet are close together, 90% of our weight is on our front foot. We're gonna let the club drop with our light grip pressure and we're gonna add rotation. Okay, and that's gonna help us with the bounce. Now, a lot of people too wanna go long to short on their chipping. We actually want to feel the opposite. We want to feel like we're guiding the ball to the target, and that's going to help us accelerate through the ball rather than decel at the ball, okay? So a lot of times I like to feel waist high to waist high and rotate my chest and belt buckle to the target. How do we achieve that? One thing that I like to feel is I like to feel my hands finishing in my left pocket, low and in my left pocket. And that helps me rotate through the ball rather than releasing the club to try and chip, okay? So we're gonna add rotation and bounce by light grip pressure, chest, belt buckle to the target. And what do we feel with our hands? Well, a lot of people with their hands, when they release it, okay, the club head is pointing back behind me, okay? My wrists are pointing either to the ground or back behind me, and that's no good. We want the opposite. We want to feel like after we bounce, our lead wrist is pointing to the sky, and the club head is pointing up to the sky as well. Feet close together, 90% of the weight on the front foot. Light grip pressure, set the club, bounce, and rotate. What's a good drill to achieve that? We take an alignment stick, we stick it in the butt end of our club through the grip hole. We get in that same setup that we just talked about. Feet close together, 90% of the weight on the front foot. Really light grip pressure. Set the club, we let it fall to the ball and we rotate. Okay? Now, this alignment stick is gonna be instant feedback to whether if you're releasing the club with your wrists or if you're rotating through. So watch me do both. First, we're gonna release the club with our hands. Instantly smacks me on my side, okay? Added no rotation to that. But if I rotate, it's not gonna smack me on my side. It's just gonna touch it a little bit, and that's what we want. Okay, so from this angle, no rotation, releasing the club with our hands. instantly gonna smack us on our side, okay? But if we get in here, set up, 90% of the weight on our front foot, light grip pressure, set the club, let it drop, and rotate. Club's pointing up to the sky, hands, lead wrist is pointing up to the sky. Alignment stick isn't touching my side. One more time. We're in here. Never hit my side, rotated, stayed nice and balanced. Chest is to the target, belt buckles to the target, rotated all the way through. And that's how we will become better chippers around the greens. Follow 4 Fanatics for more tips.